Okay, I am totally overwhelmed when it comes to planning my landscape around my house. But the good news is I am here at Oak Park Garden Center and I've got the expert. Hi, Diane. I am in a quandary about landscape planning, so I came to you. Diane Giddens is Oak Park's owner and expert on all of these things that I am mostly confused by. And so I want to plan landscape. If I come out, what's the first step in making sure I get a really great landscape design?
Well, we have a consultation form that we'd like you to fill out. It asks some questions that maybe you hadn't thought about, like, do I have dogs that I have to contend with plants? Or do I want a play area for my kids? Do I want to entertain? Whatever it is.
So you start with that questionnaire to make sure that you really know what the environment and what the needs are for my yard.
Yes, and I'd like to know how big your areas are. So if you can measure those out, maybe bring me some pictures, we'd be good to go. We'll give you a landscape plan on the spot for free.
For free. I love free. So, but generally when we start our landscape, like I mean, you know, you go to the grocery store, you get one jug of milk and you get one, you know, bag of potatoes. Sure. This is different. We're talking in waves here, essentially.
Yes, because landscaping, when we're talking landscaping, we want to enhance your house. Okay, so what we want to do is have some textures, some colors, but we want to do that more in drifts than we do. If you look at these plants, a yellow one, a green one, a bluey one, you know.
So we really want to see like a line of something that is starting at your house. And so this, what are we looking at in this area? These are really the anchors of your landscaping.
These are your evergreen shrubs.
Okay, so you're going to always have color.
Yes, because we have winter 6 months out of the year practically. So these will be green all year round. So you have, I think you have to have some of this so you have something live in front of your house.
Even when it's February, you feel like, okay, that looks gorgeous, that starts us out. So when we're planning, we start in this section to sort of make that drift be that first layer of our landscaping. Okay, so then you've got another area. Where are we going next? Point the way.
Let's go to flowering trees.
Flowering trees it is, all right. Okay, so you have a pretty good selection of flowering trees over here, Diane?
Yes, This is spring. This is what spring's all about.
The buds.
Yeah, you know, there's trees that give you some vertical interest. That just says spring to me. When the crab apples and the cherries and all the trees start blooming pretty much all at the same time. Most of your flowering trees are spring bloomers, so that. So
you're going to do a couple. You're going to do that wave, or going to do that drift of the evergreens, but then you're going to pick one or two beautiful spring, most likely blossoming, ornamental type trees.
That's right. Now, and again, that gives you your vertical interest. It gives you kind of that pop of color and varies the levels of your landscape.
And it's so gorgeous. Like when you start to see those blooms on those spring blossoms, it makes you, it's like, winter's almost over. What do you have in the center line there with those beautiful white buds there, white pinkish buds?
Those are flowering cherries. And those you'll see some that are upright like this. You also see in the spring, you see that
more of a weeping,
That's a typical cherry that you would see, and they're beautiful and last for years and years.
So you make an investment in a couple of these gorgeous trees, and you're every year going to be so happy with it.
Yes.
So we've got that drift of the evergreen. Then we've picked a couple of beautiful trees that we love. So after we get those two sort of staples figured out, what's next for the landscape planning?
Then we're going to go flowering shrubs.
Okay, and is that way?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's head out there. So then these are some really gorgeous flowering plants that were around, or bushes, or shrubs, or shrubs. Okay, so what do we have as we walk along here?
Okay, these are some rhododendrons.
Okay.
Okay, these are planted on the north or east side. They're little, what they call an understory plant, so they want to be a little more protected from wind and sun. These are PJM rhododendrons, the first shrub to bloom in the spring.
In the spring, okay.
And do they bloom?
Do they bloom?
Just
They're
really
dramatic.
Pop. So yeah, so again, these are a little hardier than these rhododendrons, but you can ask anybody here and we'll kind of give you the right direction as far as what.
And you've got a lot of selection here. And again,
Yes.
it's not, we haven't bloomed very much yet,
Not
but
yet.
we can kind of look at all kinds of different dramatic flowers on these shrubs that'll
That's
really
right.
make it beautiful
That's
for the
right.
landscape. So same goes though for everything else. We're trying to figure out where to put what. You can let us know
Sure.
in terms of sun and,
Yes.
and all that type.
I'll give you two of the best flowering shrubs for shade, partial shade. I would say the hydrangeas.
Hydrangeas.
Long bloomer, starts midsummer and goes way into fall.
And we're talking like round, are these hydrangeas?
These, yeah, they're
Okay.
a little slow to leaf out in the spring.
But once they do, they're
But-
just spectacular.
Yes, big balls of whatever color you want, pink, red, blue, white. And then for sun, I would say knockout roses.
Knockout roses.
Same thing, from
Gorgeous.
early summer through all the way through fall.
And so what we need to do to get these different levels of landscaping figured out so that it really does complement our house is come on over with a picture or two. If you have a picture, take a picture of the spot you're trying to landscape, bring it in or have it on your phone. You'll start with that questionnaire,
Yes.
and that is totally free.
Yes.
So all you're paying for, you've got the expertise for free and you've got the plants, and that's all you really have to pay for, and that is going to be such an investment
And
into
it'll
your
be
home.
a better investment because you're planting the right plants.
Absolutely.
That's
How many
we-
times have I planted the wrong thing that dies and I've lost my money?
We're not successful unless you are.
I love that. All right, thank you so much. Again, we're out here at Oak Park Garden Center. If you're mystified about how to get the best landscaping plan, this is what you do. Let the expert make the plan, and then you make the plants in your yard. Thanks so much, Diane.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.